Today, we're doing a fantasy draft, but none of my players can have any X factors. Our goal? To win the Stanley Cup. Alright, so starting out here, we gotta select our team. We're gonna randomize 3 times. 1, 2, and we got the New Jersey Devils. Booting up the franchise mode here, owner mode off, fantasy draft on, salary cap on, head coach edit lines, not a chance. Fog of War, no. Player morale, we're going to turn this off for today. Player morale without X factors on their lines, maybe they'll be happy, maybe they'll be more mad. CPU trades will be on, will not be auto-signing anybody, and let's continue to the fantasy draft. Alright, so we're going to the fantasy draft, and my prediction for our pick is 19th overall. And we get a little worse than that 24th, which is honestly a good thing because all of the top players are 100% going to be loaded with X factors. So getting a later pick might actually not be a bad thing. With our first pick here, we're going to have to scroll by all these good guys. Guys like Roman Yossi, loaded with X factors. Nick Suzuki, also loaded with X factors. I might have to scroll down quite a bit to find a player that has no X factors on him. You know who I'm thinking here? Matt Schaefer, the 18-year-old stud rookie. He's got no X factors on him, which is absolutely absurd. This guy should be loaded. He's one of the best defensemen in the league this year. So Matt Schaefer, he's going to be our first pick. He can probably grow to a 90-91 in our first season. We have back-to-back picks here that are pretty close together. I think I saw Cutter Gauthier down here. I don't think he has any X factors either. Hopefully no one took him in the picks between. And nobody took Cutter Gauthier. He's a good power forward. We already drafted a defenseman, having a good left winger up on that first line. Don't mind if I do. Alright, so we had a pretty big gap between our picks. I'm wondering if we should take a goalie. I haven't checked goalies yet. I'm sure lots of the good ones have the X factors you do, but Philip Gustafson, an 89, doesn't have any abilities. Is there any other goalies without abilities? Logan Thompson has some. UC Saros has one. I'm surprised how little X factors goalies have. Spencer Knight, he also doesn't have one. So it's between Philip Gustafson and Spencer Knight. I mean, the 3 overall difference is absurd. Philip Gustafson has 85 poise. He's going to be good in the playoffs. We're taking Philip Gustafson with our next pick. All right. For our 4th pick of the draft, oh, there's still players like Brad Marchand here. He'd be so nice to have on that first line, although he is another left winger. We're kind of looking for a centerman here to play alongside Cutter Gauthier or a defensive partner for Matt Schaefer, but we got to pick and choose our battles here. I know lots of these guys, they have X factors. Matt Barzal, he's loaded up. Right here, who's got known as centerman Brock Nelson. There's no X factors on the guy. He's making $7.5 million, but most of the guys we're gonna have to pick are gonna be on league minimum contract because EA hasn't given them X factors yet. So a centerman in Brock Nelson, he's a great power forward. He might end up being our second line setter if he doesn't match well with Cutter Gauthier, but that's alright. Brock Nelson, welcome to the New Jersey Devils. Alright, I just saw Jamie Drysdale go here. I know he doesn't have any X factors. He would have been nice to pick up. Here's an interesting one. Dylan DeMello making 4.9 for 3 years. He's 32, but he's a right shot defenseman. He'd go well with Matt Schaefer. He's also a two-way defender. Not an offensive guy whatsoever, but Matt Schaefer would definitely make up for that. So Dylan DeMello, I think you're the selection here. And we have back-to-back close picks, so maybe we'll get someone else kind of around that 86 overall range. That's what we're looking for here. I mean, we could absolutely load up on the D line with good defensive defensemen. Maybe we get a defensive head coach and just no one scores on us all season with Gus Bus in net. Damon Severson is interesting. I wonder if there's any other options. Could go with Siegenthaler here. He's on a way better contract, only 3.4 for 3 years. He's a defensive defenseman though. He has way better defensive stats. As a second pairing guy, he might work. As long as I can find a guy who's offensive for that second pairing to pair with him, that could work. Maybe next selection we take Brent Burns, who's definitely more of an offensive guy. He's got great shooting stats here, 89 offensive awareness. So maybe let's go take Jonas Siegenthaler now, and then hopefully Brent Burns doesn't get picked, which I very highly doubt he will. So we are just absolutely stacking our defense right now, getting as many of these good defensive guys as we can because our forward core isn't going to be great. Most forwards that have any kind of shooting ability have at least like a quick release X factor, something like that, which makes it kind of hard to pick out of them. Where is Brent Burns? I can't find the guy. Neil Pionk here. Oh, he's got 2 X factors. Damn it. Charlie Coyle. He's got no X factors. That's interesting. I know Marchment has some. Did somebody take Brent Burns? I don't see him anywhere. I mean, instead of Brent Burns, we can go with this beauty, Justin Falk, 33 years old, offensive defenseman. That would pair even better. So I think we're going to go with Justin Falk instead of Brent Burns because I can't find him for the life of me. Someone's probably pointing at the screen laughing at me right now, getting mad that I went right by him, but I swear to God, I could not see him. What's goalies looking like? Oh, we still got lots of time to pick a backup. No need to worry about that. Now, let's check if Charlie Coyle is still here. I saw him and we really need to fill out that forward core. He is. That's an immediate selection. We got to take some forwards now. We've got 4 defensemen. I wonder if the Strat could be looking for younger guys with elite potential that might be able to grow during the season. There's only 2 guys with medium elite left, and they don't grow fast enough, 75, to actually make the lineup. David Reinbacher still a 74, right? They wouldn't be able to grow in time. But a guy like Morgan Frost? Oh, he's got X Factors. You gotta be kidding me. What about Kirby Doc, a high top 6 playmaker to go on that top line, feeding Cutter Gochi? That could be kind of nasty. Let's pick him up. He would be the first line center instead of our other guy, instead of Brock Nelson, who's a power forward, because Brock Nelson would much better suit as a second line guy, and Kirby Doc will grow during the season. Maybe he'll become an 85, an 86 if he performs well with Cutter Goche. That would be a great first line. Still not interested in any more defensemen. Only forwards here. And we've got 2 options right here. More of a bottom 6 guy and Nito Niederreiter, making a little bit more. But Anthony Mantha, he's a sniper. A first line sniper could be pretty nice. Pair alongside the other 2 guys, playmaker, sniper, power forward. That's the perfect combo. I'm sure the chemistry go nuts on that line. So we'll take Anthony Mantha. We are definitely not a star-studded team, I'll tell you that for free. But I think we got guys that can get the job done. No one's going to be putting up insane numbers, but numbers are numbers, and if we have a whole bunch of 50-point guys, that would be absolutely elite. Peter Niederreiter is still on the board, maybe as a second-line guy. He's decent defensively. I mean, only 86 defensive awareness, 81 stick check, 82 stick check. Not the best. I wonder if there's any guys that are better than him. Nick Paul here, he's a power forward with better defensive stats. He is making actually a better contract than him. So maybe we pick up Nick Paul. He could be our third line center. Niederreiter will surely still be here for next round. I'm not worried about that. Or we could pick up a guy like Marcus Johansson. He's making league min. I think that's a salary cap thing. 800K for a two-way forward like that. Maybe we pick these 3 guys up back to back to back. What are the odds they all get taken before we're done drafting? So first, I think the most likely to be taken will be Nick Paul, just because he's making less money. Even though he has a no trade clause, I'm sure he's younger. He's making less money, so I'm sure he'll still be there. At least Niederreiter will. I'm looking for Niederreiter. He is still here. No X factors on the guy. We'll pick him up, a good second line guy. Again, we're just drafting a team of mid here. No one's gonna be astronomically good other than like my boy Matthew Schaefer. But still, we've got 50 million in cap space left, which is absolutely absurd. We can take on any contract we can. And look who we have here. The good old Brent Burns. I mean, I could pick him up from a bottom pairing, but he wouldn't be happy about it. He would not buy into the coaching strategies down there. So maybe we pass on him, go for the guy we were going to get, and that guy was Mojo. So I think we can draft Marcus Johansson. Or we can go for an elite player and Taylor Hall over here. He's a sniper, maybe second line sniper, could do wonders here. He's making less, and he's a little bit younger. Okay, he's not making less than Mojo making league min. But Taylor Hall, I mean, the salary cap is not an issue. We've gotten a whole bunch of picks down, and we still got a lot to go. We're actually good on left wing, so we only have one. So Taylor Hall, perfect selection right here. Brent Burns still on the board. I can't see myself drafting him. He's just not going to be happy down there on the bottom. And Mojo is still here as well. Third line center. Probably wouldn't be that bad for Marcus Johansson. So we'll pick him up. Then we'll go and select a backup goaltender because we want a good goaltending tandem if we're going to want to win any games this season. For goalies, we don't have any crazy good options. Charlie Lindgren, Elvis Merligans, none of these guys are going to have anything. Jonathan Quick, I've seen simulate like crazy. Kind of want to go with the guy with the most poise I can find. Poise is like the playoff stat, isn't it? We want to have the highest one of that. I think the guy with the most poise here is going to be Kevin Lankinen. 82 overall. He's making big money, but we kind of got to make the league's minimum salary cap. 4.5 for 5 years is ridiculous. If this was like something I was simulating for multiple years, I would not be taking this one. But I mean, we've got the cap space. I don't think it's going to be biting me in the butt too bad. We've already gotten 14 players, so let's pick them up. So we have 2 defensive selections left. we're going to want to get some more defensive defensemen guys that are going to be happy playing on that bottom pairing. I can't imagine many of these guys are going to have X factors left here. I know Nick Seeler is good defensively in real life, and an 87 with an 89, 86, that's really good. So we're going to pick up Nick Seeler right here. Good bottom pairing guy. Maybe go back to the forwards now. I know Mikhail Backlund has some. Anders Lee has some. Nick Jensen, he doesn't. He's a right defenseman with an 89 defensive awareness. That's pretty good. But we're kind of looking for forwards right now. Does Palmieri still have some? He does. That's unfortunate. I know Scory Perry right here. He has some. I wanted to use him in the thumbnail, but I realized it'd be kind of false advertising because he's kind of rocking the X Factors himself. Jaden Schwartz, Jason Zucker, none of these guys have X Factors. Jaden Schwartz could be a good third line scorer. Problem is, I think I already have a third line scorer. But Jason Zucker here, he's only making 4.75. That's not the worst in the world. His defensive stats aren't perfect. His shot blocking is actually pretty low. But I mean, he put up good points. Like, look at that. I did not know you move like that, Jason Zucker. 53 points in 73 games. That's absurd. Jason Zucker, you're coming onto the team, man. You're going to be great depth scoring for us. Brent Burns is still on the board. I don't even know if he's going to get drafted at all. We need another defenseman. I'm wondering if we just take Nick Jensen here. He's really good defensively. I don't know if he's going to be happy playing on that bottom six, but I've seen guys like Logan Stanley be happy on the bottom six, and he's the same overall as Jensen here, so I think we'll take him. Only two more selections here. Maybe take some younger guys that can develop into something good. Anyone with good overall? Is there anyone with good potential left? Quentin Musty. These guys are great, but they're just too low of overalls for me to really be able to invest a pick into them. Someone like Ty Dellandrea, though. As a bottom guy, he's got decent defensive stats. So is Ryan Winterton, although not nearly as good. He's a 78, 25 medium top six. That could actually work pretty well for me. You know what? Let's go for it. Ty Dellandrea. You're someone that people don't pick too often, I'm sure of that. Medium top six. He could grow to a 78, 80. We don't need defenseman. We just need one more forward, and then our draft is complete. So who are we looking for? We're looking for a fourth line guy, a right winger preferably. So let's sort by right wingers here. A fourth line right winger, no X factors. I know you guys have some. Gustav Nyquist. I know you don't have any X factors, but out of principle, I'm not going to take you because I want you to be traded off the Winnipeg Jets, and I don't want to have you on my team. Maybe we take Brandon Duhaime here. He's a grinder. Minnesota Wild draft pick 2016. He's only 28. His defensive stats are actually really good. Grinder, maybe get some grit into our bottom six. Start some fights. I could see that being a good thing for our team. Brandon Duhaime, you are our final pick. Now, let's simulate the rest of the draft and go put together our lines. All right, so here is what our draft ended up looking like. No superstars on our team at all. Matt Schaefer is probably our highest overall at 88. Cutter Gauthier close. I guess Gustafson is an 89, but he's a goalie, so does that really count? We've got a lot of good middle six players, but no one that's really above everyone else. So the lines might be a little mixed up than what I said when I was drafting. And it looks like we took Carey Price at the 809th pick. I don't know what the AICPU is cooking up with that one. So these are what our lines are looking like with the head coach's preferred lines. Not a single X factor in sight. It's pretty beautiful, except Mason Appleton. I know I did not draft you. We are going to be taking you out. Who did they take out? Ty Dellandrea. Let's put him in there. Our fourth line guy does give us a -1. That's not good. Taylor Hall, there's no way you're playing on the bottom pairing. You go up here. Jason Zucker, maybe you move down. That gives into a 0. He's a two-way guy. He plays defensive. I'm sure he'll be fine with that. Cutter Gauthier, Brock Nelson, Charlie Coyle. He's a right winger, so he can play there. Originally, I had Kirby Doc wanting to play first line, but that doesn't really bring up the chemistry any much. Kirby Doc, he wants to be a third liner. Taylor Hall wants to be a second liner. So does Nino, Nick, and Mojo. Charlie Cole wants to be a third line guy. Nelson wants to be a second, and so does Cutter Gauthier. So no first-line players, which I expected. On the back end, Matt Schaefer and Justin Falk, our chemistry is absolutely elite here. Justin Falk, an offensive guy playing with Schaefer, they should put up numbers. Siegenthaler, DeMello, Jensen, Sealer, that's exactly the lines I wanted, and it looks pretty good chemistry-wise. That's exactly what I wanted to see here. So for offense, we're going to have to fix this somehow. We have a power forward, and power forward here. That's the problem. Charlie Coyle, you need to be swapped for a sniper. In Taylor Hall, I think he'd be great up there. And then maybe Kirby Doc puts up here. They don't get a +1, but Kirby Doc has the high top 6, so he should be growing. Now for the second line, we have Nick Paul, Mojo, And Nino Riley, that's a two-way forward with a power forward, another two-way forward. Brock Nelson, he's definitely a second-line guy here over Nick Paul. So put him here as a power forward. Mojo's a two-way forward. You can put Charlie Cole. Although Charlie Cole does want to be a third-line guy, which could help with the chemistry talks. Anthony Mantha, we're going to move you up here. And that seems to work a little better for the zeros. And then the rest looks to be about good. Who has the better face-offs out of you guys? 67, 78, and 78. So it doesn't really matter. We're going to throw Nick Paul on the dot, though. He's a center primarily. And then for goaltenders, we've got Philip Gustafson and Kevin Lankinen. So these are our lines going into the season. Maybe I have to switch something up. Chemistry talks are definitely a must. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs with this team. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to guess 35 wins out of this team. Matt Schaefer's going to lead the team in points with 54. And we're going to finish 23rd in the league. All right, so starting up the calendar sim, let's go through the preseason here. Suck with Sheldon Keefe here. What do we want here? Season goals. I agree. We're going to make the playoffs. He thinks we're good enough to make the playoffs, and I agree with him. We're going to make the playoffs. Maybe my prediction will be wrong. So we should probably focus on something that's more important here. 5v5 is only going to increase the offensive and defensive awareness, which isn't that great. Since we built more of a defensive team, maybe we up the penalty kill for our guys. We got a lot of defensive players, so we'll do the penalty kill this time. We lose a little bit of offensive awareness. That's going to bring the overalls down, but it's overall going to bring the players' attributes up. So our defensive game should be great. All right, we're going to simulate to the trade deadline. If anything interesting happens, I'll keep you posted. Coming off to a rough start here, 1-3-1. That's not how we want to see it, but we do get 2 back-to-back wins. That's what we want to see. But another loss to San Jose, great. And the Avs. And the Avs again. Man, they've got our number. All right, we are 3-9-1. We've got to do these chemistry talks right now. We did our 1 round of chemistry talks. That's all I'm doing. If they don't want to buy in, I'm not going to make them. Kirby Doc didn't, but Cutter Gauthier, the beauty that he is, did. Our forward chemistry did not change whatsoever. Ty Dellandrea didn't even buy in. Brian Duhaime wanted more of a role. You are not a third-line guy, my dude. You have 2 assists and you're a -3. Jason Zucker, I understand that he wants a bigger role than that. But for defensemen, lots of them did buy in. We still have a 3-2-2, although the bottom pairing might be better now because Nick Seeler and Nick Jensen both bought in, which is beautiful. Siegenthaler actually grew in overall, and so did DeMello. So we're actually great on the back end. I think that's because of our preseason goals. Look at their defensive stats now. It's absolutely absurd. That is what we like to see. Hopefully our penalty kill is at least decently good. Our penalty kill is last in the league. That is absolutely ridiculous. We have like the best defensive team I've ever seen built. What is our coach looking like? Sheldon Keefe, are you a forward guy or a defensive guy? I can't check, but his scheme fit is great. So it should be good. His coaching style is balanced, and I don't think there's anyone I can hire that's going to have a defensive. Yeah, B-. That's absolutely useless for me. But a defensively minded guy is an 84% scheme fit. The team should be performing slightly better than they are for what the team is. I know maybe X Factors really do have that much of an effect on the simulation, but I can't imagine it's that absurd. The Philadelphia Flyers are offering us a package here for our 2nd round pick, Trevor Moore. I'm not opposed to trading. Trevor Moore, he has an X Factor. Do you guys not know that we have no X Factors on our team? You can't realize that? Over the last couple of games, we've kind of been picking up. We're 8-12 now. As I say that, we lose to the Buffalo Sabres, but we do bounce back. We're losing to the Columbus Blue Jackets, but we're winning against the Dallas Stars. So it's really a topsy-turvy season so far. We're same record as the Golden Knights, but we're last in our division. We have a pretty stacked division, man. We're the only team below 500. It's going to be tough to make a playoff push. 3-game heater here now. Maybe we can pull our way into close to a playoff spot at least, although we lose, and then we get a huge 10-5 win to the Columbus Blue Jackets. That's absurd. We kind of own them this season. I know McDonough has some X factors, so that's not going to work. We've been kind of owning the league right now. We're doing pretty good. Beating the Penguins here. We're actually only 2 points out of a playoff spot. Ryan Huska, are you a defensive guy? I don't think you are. And honestly, we're doing so well right now, I don't want to change up our head coach. Oh yeah, the wins are just rolling in. We're currently tied for a playoff spot, but we lose 8-3. That is not what we want to see right now. Boys, we got to pick it up. Oh great, we're falling back to earth now. Maybe we do take a look at who these coaches are. Looking at these 2 coaches, Ryan Huska is a generalist, but Marco Sturm is a defenseman coach. That's kind of what we like to see here. He didn't do too great with Boston. Our scheme fit wouldn't match him. So it's rather we hire this guy who already is built in with defensemen or we keep our current coach who has the good scheme fit, because I'm not doing scheme fit twice. And I think we'll keep our current coach. He hasn't had the best numbers, but we're not the worst team in the league. You see Gus Bus's numbers right there. He's not playing fantastic. And our penalty kill is still 29th in the league when we have some of the best defensive guys in the league. But we have 17th in the league for power play, which is ridiculous. Someone explain that to me, because it doesn't make any sense. All right, we're approaching the trade deadline. We're well over halfway here. In the new year, we haven't been as great as we were before, but we are taking out the Canucks and them, man, we're on a heater now. Playoffs could be likely with this squad. Hoping we'd ended on a win there, but we didn't. Patrick Laine, he's got to have some sniper X factors. There's no way that would go through. All right, we need to win out here before the trade deadline. I'm going to go buy in big. The biggest free agent fish that I can find that has no X factors, he's coming to the New Jersey Devils. Right. So at the trade deadline, we are just out of a playoff spot, 2 points out. We're only 6 points back of having a top 3 spot. So this division isn't that strong. It's like the real life Metro, honestly. It's not that strong, but it's all super tight. There's still only one team below 500, and it's the Penguins. We're going in as hard buyers. We need to make the playoffs. Let's get in here. Rasmus Anderson, these guys all have X factors. I know that for certain. But Brady Shea doesn't. Now, that is a defenseman, and he probably fit more on the bottom pairing, which going all in on a bottom pairing guy, not exactly ideal here. Right here would be perfect. Logan Cooley's an 89 with one little X factor. If I was doing the one or more X factor challenge, he would be perfect. But we are fortunately not. He would be such a perfect addition to this team. I mean, right here, there's Oliver Kapanen. He's a young guy, two-way forward. He's 84. I don't know where he's actually slot in, though. Centerman, we've got too many of them at this point. I can't find a single All-Star without X Factors, which I guess is kind of the point. Beckett Seneca here, he has no X Factors. He could probably be a good second line guy and upgrade over the guys we have now. Maybe we trade for him. Who would we give up though? Would we give up anyone? Would we give up picks? Who could we trade on that second line to make room for him? Maybe Mojo would be someone we could get off the books here. We have lots of salary cap, so that's not a problem. He's a two-way guy. I think he's playing on the second line. I can't remember, honestly. Appleton, he's not even playing on our line. And maybe we trade these guys over to them and throw in a second-round pick, get Beckett Seneca, maybe pair him back up with Cutter Gauthier like he does in Anaheim. Maybe this will work right here. Trades rejected. They like Marcus Johansson. They don't want Mason Appleton. What if we upgrade the second to a first and they accept it? Okay, so we're getting Beckett Seneca. I think that's all we're going to do at this trade deadline. We're going to have to refix those lines, but that could make our team a lot better. So editing the lines now, we have Cutter Gauthier, who developed an X Factor. That's not on me. What am I supposed to do about that? I can't get rid of his X Factor. If I would have seen that, I would have shipped them out immediately at the trade deadline. I completely forgot to check if anyone had developed an X Factor. So did Matthew Schaefer. As long as Gustafson didn't. He didn't. Alright, so two of our younger guys did develop X Factors, which is a little unfortunate, but it was a draft challenge where we couldn't draft any players with X Factors. And we didn't draft a single player with an X Factor, if I'm being real. So, I think it's still in the spirit of it, and I think because of that, the stick 'em up X Factor is giving us a +1 on the first line. So maybe, it's a blessing in disguise. All right, so here we have Knight Rider, Paul, Mantha, Nelson. It goes at center with Coyle. Maybe bring Coyle down here, Mantha up there. Seneca is a great addition to that second line. Make sure our defense are still working. Schaefer, DeMello. We had Falk up here before, although this actually gets us better line chemistry. Falk is leading the teams in points, I'm pretty sure. He's actually putting up numbers. That's my boy. But these defense are all doing great. So we picked up Beckett Seneca at the trade deadline. Now we need to really simulate well. No post-trade deadline collapse. Only wins from here on out, or we're not making the playoffs. 4 straight wins after acquiring Beckett. 5 straight wins after acquiring him. We might be safely in a playoff spot at this point. 6 straight wins. We're third in the division. Man, we're going up. Beckett Seneca, one of the best additions I've ever had to one of these teams. He is putting up numbers, I hope. We're still in a playoff spot, and a 7-2 win is going to keep us there. That's what we needed to see. A shootout loss, that's a point. That's all we need. We need points. We're looking for points. Carolina, come on. Big win here. Oh, we lost, but we do pick it right back up against Chicago. New York, they go down in a shootout. Looks like we're pretty safely in a playoff spot. We'll get the coach pop-up when we do, but actually, we're 1 point away from being out. So we need to keep winning these games. This is the tightest division race I've ever seen. Come on, get some wins here. That's not good. We are 3 points in a playoff spot. We need to win two of these games, I'm pretty sure. Just two. We win against Detroit, and we clinch a playoff spot. Your New Jersey Devils are in the playoffs. Let's see if we can go on a run. In the first round, we will be facing off against the Philadelphia Flyers, but first, let's check the stats. Taylor Hall is actually going to be leading the way with 67 points. I was very close on predicting how many points they had, just not who would get it. Matthew Schaefer still had a great season, 53 for his rookie season. That could win him the Calder. Let's check. In the entire league, McDavid's leading the way on Philadelphia, the team we're about to play. But for rookies, Ivan Demonov's putting up numbers. That might be close. Beckett Seneca on our team, how'd he do? 18 points in 20 games. I told you he was going off. I knew he would go crazy on that second line. If he would have played us the whole season, he would have passed Ivan Demidov. But I mean, Matthew Schaefer, he's up there. He's the only one with a positive plus minus. He did develop an X factor, very unfortunately, but whatever. I mean, Beckett did play an extra game, but still. So the top three this season was Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov, and Austin Matthews. For goalies, Bobrovsky got the most wins of 46 and a 930 save percentage. He's definitely coming home with the Vezina. Where's Philip Gustafson? Right here with a 901 and 305. Not perfect numbers. I mean, they worked. He got 0 shutouts, though, which is just atrocious. You'd hope you get at least one. But with the team we had in front of him, winning any games at all was honestly pretty impressive. Our team itself did actually way better than I thought they would. Lots of 50-point guys, just like I said in the draft. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys over 50 points. That's what we kind of like to see there. Half point per game, we had even more. So just depth all the way down. That's kind of what we were going for because we're going to have any superstars other than my boy Matt right here. He's still an 88. High elite. You'd hope we go up a little bit, but whatever. Now we're going against the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's see who they have on their squadron. Flyers are rocking Dorofeyev, McDavid, and Tage Thompson. Man, that is a good top line. I don't know what we're going to do about that. They were offering us Trevor Moore. They have PLD, and then their bottom six is absolutely atrocious. Other than Michelli here, which I guess is their one weakness. We sent out our first line against that. Defensively, it's not too bad. They got Sergachev, Lev Shunov. He must have grown pretty well over the season. Carrier Ball. It's not an awful defense, but I'm sure they have a terrible goaltender. Yeah, they had Joel Hofer. What were his numbers like this season? I mean, he had 914, which is great. I mean, goalie for simulations don't really matter. This is going to be a tough matchup here. Connor McDavid, you look at our team leaders in the bottom right there. It's not even close. Our penalty kill was the worst in the league. Power play, top 16, not too bad. Goals against, atrocious. Gus Bus could not hold it down. And goals for, we are actually fourth. They were first. We don't have a single stat above them. But fourth for goals for, honestly pretty impressive. All right, so we're going to simulate the first 4 games. I don't think we're getting swept. I think we might get taken out in 5, if I'm being honest. But we got to believe. We got to believe in the team. Maybe we pull out an upset victory, but honestly, we probably shouldn't win. Philadelphia, game 1 in Philadelphia. We take the loss, and then we lose the next one. Not ideal. We gonna bring these two back in New Jersey, and we're winning one of them, but we're losing the next one. Exactly what I thought. Everything's on the line in this game now. We're gonna simulate it period by period. In the first, Sean Corrali is scoring a power play goal. Why he's on the power play, nobody knows. In the second, ooh, they're going off. Niederreiter at least put up one, but PLD, Sam Steele, Dora 5, and looking like that's all she wrote. We score one more. Taylor Hall really wanted to get it back, but PLD and Corrali put up more. Did Corrali get a hat trick that game? I don't even want to know. We are going out in the first round of the playoffs as expected. No X Factors? It's kind of hard to win with no X Factors. I'm going to be honest. All right, checking the playoff stats here. Cutter Gauthier, point per game. Taylor Hall, Justin Falk, all went crazy. And by crazy, I mean point per game. But what do you expect? Gus Bus, absolutely atrocious. I am not drafting you again. We're going for whoever I gave up on this time. I cannot remember who, if I'm being honest. Someone tell me in the comments because I cannot remember. And if you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe. First, before you do that, let's check who wins the Stanley Cup. We're going to simulate to the 10th year. I think this is usually when the playoffs should end. All right, so it looks like the Washington Capitals are your Stanley Cup champions this season. I cannot see what their line consists of, but I'm sure they were pretty good if they were winning the Stanley Cup. I guess we can check their player stats here. If we look at the entire league, Kaprizov, Eichel, Sveshnikov, which one of you was on the Capitals? None of you. Is anybody good on the Capitals? The Mammoth were absolutely insane. So were the Blue Jackets. Dobson was their highest point scorer, so I'm sure he's going to be bringing home the Conn Smythe, Noah Dobson, guy loaded with X Factors. Absolutely disgusting. We don't want to see that. And for awards, we can check maybe we won something. I highly doubt it, but it's always possible. McDavid, Sergachev. Wait. Oh, we aren't the Flyers. We played against the Flyers, but we aren't the Flyers. Marcel Sergachev went absolutely crazy. They won every award. The Flyers were absolutely absurd. The fact that they didn't go all the way, ridiculous. Ben Kindle actually won the Calder. Why is that? I couldn't tell you. He had less points and a slightly better plus minus, so I guess they really value that. Doesn't look like we're going to get any here. No, we got no awards, which is honestly just fine with me. This challenge was a difficult one, but if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, and it would mean the world to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.